And now, the B Plus Wrestling Podcast. Watch global. Support local. It's the B Plus Wrestling Podcast.
The move.
You might not be an A, but you are a B plus.
Check it out! Here we go! You wanna mess with us? 'Cause we're steady on the ground, steady on the ground. You wanna mess with us?
All right, ladies, gents, and non-binary friends, welcome to another B Plus podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is, I think this is coming out Saturday. Man, we should really nail down a schedule for the new thing we're doing. We're a lot more freewheeling these days at the B Plus podcast. Aussie Graps Friday is always going to be Aussie Graps Friday. Well, maybe. I never say never. But it's time for a flagship show, is what I'm trying to say. One of our mammoth discussions about everything going on in the world of wrestling. Everything, of course, with an asterisk, because it's literally impossible to get to absolutely everything that's happening in the world of wrestling, because the world of wrestling is fucking huge. Joining me on this amazing journey on the flagship, as always, Mr. Mysterious. How are you, brother?
Locked and loaded, feeling free, just looking forward to try and do a big word vomit about everything that's happened.
Yeah, and we're also joined once again by Ben Tokyo.
Oh, not the sexual fiend.
No, not the sexual fiend.
No.
Well, the sexual fiend Ben Tokyo. There we go.
Good evening, everybody.
Have you made that your Twitter name yet, sexual fiend?
No, I don't think I should do that. It's just,
Yeah,
just
it
my
might
actual name.
might make you a target for certain elements of the Twitterati, but who knows? You've got another quiz for us this week, I understand.
Oh,
yes,
God, no.
yes, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Before we talk to you about New Japan and let you just abuse us mentally with this new quiz segment that we're doing, let's have a chat with Mysterious. Mysterious, I understand you miss doing the birthdays and things that you used to do on All the Rest.
I do. I like to add a little bit of positivity, and I just like to, if someone is celebrating, and especially if it's a famous star, and you're just like, oh, hey, it's an all nice to know kind
Is
of
getting
thing.
older really a positive thing, though?
Getting through life, acknowledging the good times, Greg. Jesus.
All right, fair enough. Well, who is acknowledging the good times this week?
So at the time we were recording, there actually isn't any that I can talk about, but I will say for September 9th...
No birthdays today. No birthdays.
Not for when we're recording, no. But for September 19th, we have Eva Marie. She turns 35, former WWE star. You have Renee Young, commentator who's probably going to the Fox commentary special that I got planned. As she turns 34. The backstage area. We have, of the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson. He turns 61. You got, for the September 20th, you got Greg the Hammer Valentine. He's turning 69.
You can listen to him on the Turnbuckle last week, by the way.
Exactly.
If anyone wants to go back and listen to our good friends on the Turnbuckle, they spoke with Greg the Hammer Valentine.
You have Ethan Page, All Ego, one half of the Impact World Tag Team Champions. He reaches the 30 mark.
The North always remembers.
The North
I butchered that.
No, it's all right. The North does remember. You did a lot better than season 8 of Game of Thrones, but that's fine. And September 21st, we recognize Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express, who turns 63.
Man, they're having a comeback and a half. They're actually announced for a New Japan show coming up.
I think they're on all 3 shows.
Yeah. They're going back to NWA when they start their tapings. Like 60 is the new 50 or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're not that much older than Jericho, really, if you think about it.
No, that's fair. And yeah, never
saw
too
that
late
they've
to
had
reinvent
more-
yourself.
They've had more matches this year than the Kabuki Warriors.
Wow. Oh, that's a sad fact.
That's a sad fact.
That's a sad fact. Also, the fact that they're called the Kabuki Warriors.
We need to talk about those T-shirts, by the way, at some point.
Oh yeah, no, I've
Yes,
got
we do.
that. I've got that coming up when we talk WWE. Are you talking about the NXT shirt?
Yeah.
All right, well let's talk about it now, because I was going to mention it with Luke Harper, because spoiler alert, Luke Harper came back at Clash of Champions. I was going to talk about it there because he tweeted, or on Instagram today, he posted like a picture of the NXT shop, and he's like, I've never had a shirt in my entire time, in my 7 years with this company, I've never had a Luke Harper shirt, but now all 155 NXT guys get a shirt. Awesome. And by the way, these shirts are fucking trash.
Oh, the first one I saw was the Shane Thorne one, and I thought, what the fuck is this? This is just horrible. And then the Bronson Reed one and the Brendan Vink.
Brendan Vink.
So
yeah,
poor Sexton.
It's just so bad.
First of all, they're all black shirts, so immediate uncool for me. Not a fan. All of them are black. Second of all, like, did they actually pay someone for those designs?
I don't think so. Couldn't have been much.
Isn't Full Sail a fucking like art and design and video production and all that school? Can't they surely they could get some better looking fucking shirts? It looks like word art.
And all the wrestlers had to Instagram them out, didn't they? Because that's where I first saw them. And
oh man,
I thought, the comments, these should be great. There should be lots of people like saying how terrible they are. But so many fans like, oh, cool shirt, definitely gonna get this. Like, are these people being serious? Do they just want the wrestler to reply to their positivity?
Yeah, maybe. You know what? As well, I know some people who are big supporters of like Jonah Rock, have every single Jonah Rock shirt, and so when Bronson Reed comes out with a shirt, they're immediately just like, I'm going to buy this because he's my boy. I want to support him. And then they posted to Twitter and $80 for this one shirt.
Oh. In Australian dollars with the postage.
With the shipping and everything, with the $80 for one shirt. Get your shit together, WWE. Like, find an Australian shirt printing partner or something. Get an Australian warehouse. Like, there is no way. Who's paying $80 for one shirt, especially when it looks that bad?
Oh, God.
Some sucker's going to pay for it. That's the worst part of all this, is someone out there.
So is this just a rush because that NXT's going to or has gone to USA? I'm not sure what's happening at the moment.
Yeah, but like they've supposedly known about this forever, right? It wasn't counter-programming. This was always their plan. They didn't do this because AEW announced a Wednesday show. So surely they had time to plan this properly and get good designs for all of their talent.
Was there any like most notably bad ones? Because I've only seen like these Australian ones.
The Australian ones,
Zia Lee or whatever, however you pronounce it. I saw her one.
Zia Lee, yeah. The Australian ones are the worst offenders. Let's pull them up real quick. Hang on.
Yeah.
So
have a
NXT shop. So I haven't actually had a look through. I've seen the Australian ones, and I saw Luke Harper's post, and I saw that they were all black shirts. So I may be wrong. I'm about to fact check myself on these black shirts. So I'm looking at NXT shop, and you got obviously all your Undisputed Era shirts and stuff. They're all really good.
We'll have to go to
Gold Baby Gold. The Mia Yim shirt's pretty good. I'm a fan of that. New release. Do they have that? I don't go on to WWE shop like ever.
I think I've been there since I bought the old CM Punk shirt.
Would a new color even change these designs, make them a bit more appealing, do you reckon?
Maybe with some of them. Maybe.
Sort by new
I'm having too much trouble filtering this. Oh, wait, hang on. Category. Can I go category NXT? No. Superstar? NXT? No. Yeah, this is too hard for me to just filter it by just the new NXT shirts. Because, like, when I click new, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. Like, the Street Profits shirt's actually okay. Profits are up red. I guess the guys that are on TV.
And yeah, they're all here.
The guys that are on TV
Shane
are getting good shirts,
Aaliyah,
you know?
Tanara, Kona Reeves, like these are just all the black ones. Joaquin Wilde. Cassius Ono even has a terrible one, but surely he would have a proper one, wouldn't he? Yeah.
Well, I mean, you'd hope so. He's like featured on NXT UK now, but I don't know. The new Iconics shirt looks pretty awful as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, these stink.
Best shirt that I'm seeing so far rolling through this new section is Hulk Hogan Rip 'em. And the reason it's so great is you can't tell it's a Hulk Hogan shirt at all. It's blue with white and says Rip 'em. What? How is that a Hulk Hogan shirt? Is he getting royalties off this?
Mr. America shirts, more so.
Man, WWE shop, not a place that I like to spend time. I think the last time I was there, I bought myself like a gym bag, and I got like the Brock Lesnar Eat Sleep Conquer Repeat gym bag. and it came with like a protein shaker and stuff. And that was a pretty good deal. And but I got it on like a massive sale. It was like a Father's Day sale or something like 2-3 years ago. Yeah, this was a couple of years ago. Like I as a general rule, especially since the Saudi thing, I do not support WWE with
I haven't given them
money
money for a few years.
So yeah, it's just kind of where I'm at. But let's talk New Japan, Ben, while we've got you here. We don't want to keep you forever. Let's talk what the latest happenings are in the world.
So we're in
of
the
New
midst
Japan
of
Pro
the
Wrestling.
Road to Destruction shows. There's the three bigger ones, the three like Destruction in Kobe, Kagoshima, and the previous one. I didn't watch that one, but we've got the young.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're in the middle of the Young Lions Cup shows, and there's also these three side
They actually
shows
have title
that
matches
happened.
on them, but the other ones are.
Yeah, but they're not the Young Lions Cup. So who
the
gives a damn,
standings
right?
for the Young Lions at the moment? We've got Ren Narita sitting on top with 10 points. Then on 8, we've got Carl Fredericks and Shota Umino. Then on 6 points, Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin. And then the last 3 are all on 2 points each with Yota Tsuji, Michael Richards, and Yuya Uemura. Nailed it.
Right. Who do you see it coming down to? Because I'm seeing Carl Fredericks
because they
and
both
Shooter
face each other on the final night. So that's on this Sunday is the final show of the Young Lion Cup, I believe. So it'll come down to them having a tiebreaker, I guess. But Red Narita's one sitting on 10, so I could be completely wrong in the end.
Could be. But I see it coming down to Carl and Shota. They're the two biggest stars for me. Narita's fantastic. I'm a big fan of Narita. But I think as the Young Lions Cup progresses, like Carl Fredericks is just strength to strength.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be the standout one for sure.
I think he needs it more than any of the Japanese Young Lions, because the Japanese Young Lions have that, like they're on all the Japanese shows and everything. I think giving it to one of the New Japan LA Dojo Young Lions, I feel like that's a better move for them in terms of the
gives them more
booking
exposure.
strategy.
Yeah.
I think he needs it more.
It'd be good if the Young Lions Cup,
if
it meant anything, though. Obviously, you're not going to give them a title match or anything like that, but just being the Young Lions Cup winner doesn't mean a whole heap, I don't think. Like, I've looked...
It's a feather in the cap,
I've looked over the list of all the people, and there's quite a few. It's like, I'd never even heard of these people. Maybe they just went off to, like, All Japan or did something else. But, yeah, not too many familiar faces on there. But so I did watch all of the Destruction in Kagoshima show from a few days ago. So we've got Gino Gambino. He's back on commentary, and I really liked the rapport with them both on this. Like, they've always been good, but Gino like really seemed to have upped his game.
I love Gino on commentary, man.
So
I'm a
him
fan.
and Kevin Kelly just really played off well together. And I watched this live, so I wasn't like looking at my phone and things like that. I just like had my full attention and really enjoyed the whole 3 and a bit hours, I think it was. So I can probably only handle 3 hours of wrestling a week at this stage, I think. But
wrestling is a bit of a like wrestling live is a different beast. Like it's far easier to get into when you're watching it live.
Something crazy can happen, like in match 4 where we've got the Chaos team of Sho, Yo, Yoshihashi, and Ishii beat the Bullet Club team of Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Tangaloa, and Tamatonga, where we had Yo, a junior, rolled up Tamatonga for the pin. So you're not seeing this sort of stuff a whole lot of the time.
Well, you know what? I hope that that's a sign of things to come, because realistically, the tag division sucks balls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
we
why
did have
two
last
tag
year?
titles?
Yo did pin Lance Archer. I believe that's who did it. So we had a junior pin a heavyweight in a tag match as well, and I think they just got like another match, and then they just absolutely got smashed by them. So I don't know what's gonna.
But like, I feel like if you combine, like, you don't, because I mean, there's also the talk of Sho and Yo going up to heavy, right? But ignore that for a second and just look at the tag division. If you make the tag division open weight, look how much better the tag division becomes. No longer are you seeing, God
Evil
versus.
Sonata.
Well, I mean, they've had the Briscoes lately, but Evil and Sonata or the Young Bucks, and just seeing that match over and 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 over in every single possible fucking location and incarnation. Instead, you get Show and Yo in there. You get Birds of Prey can get in there. It opens things up a lot if you have.
I'd like
just
some
the
more people
one
like
title.
Ishii and Goto. I'd like them as a permanent tag team as well. Not,
Oof.
with all the
Oof. New Japan dads, big boppers.
you Tenkozy or whatever they are. All these guys are all going to get back together during World Tag League anyway. But in World Tag League, you don't get Minoru Suzuki with Zack Sabre Jr. You normally get like one of them will be with Tai Chi or one of them will be with somebody else. But then you've always got to have someone has to eat the pin, don't they? So they don't want to be sacrificing Zack Ryder and Zack Sabre Jr. and Suzuki to too many pinfalls.
Yeah, and we want Aussie Open in there too. Sign Aussie Open.
Then the fifth match we had. I went to a DQ, but we had Liger getting unmasked by Suzuki, adding more fuel to the fire for this hopefully Tokyo Dome match. So
yeah, it's got to be. They're got to be heading that way.
Yeah. The people might be thinking that it's like King of Pro Wrestling, whatever one of the next major ones are. No. But might as well, like, you got 2 nights at the Tokyo Dome, put it on there. So,
yeah, it'll be one of the marquee matches on one of those nights. And obviously we got the tournament for the 2 titles basically coming up. That'll take place over the 2 days, we presume.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's going to be in this tournament because coming up on Sunday, we've got the Jay White taking on Naito for the Intercontinental title. So if he beats him, does Naito really have a claim to be in that tournament? Or
I think he does because he was the first guy to be like, I want to hold both of these titles.
But I don't know how he gets that right to be in it, though.
He planted the seed in everyone's mind, and then they're just going to take it from him, and he's not even going to be included?
I just don't see it. Oh, there's still some time. We've still got a couple months to get there.
Yeah, we've got some months to see that play out.
But the match I was most looking forward to at Kagoshima was the Birds of Prey. But they lost against El Phantasmo and Teiji Ishimori. The junior tag belts. It went like 23 minutes or something. Like, did you guys watch this?
I did watch this match.
Did you watch it live?
Not live, no.
Okay, so did you know the result? Because I was on like edge of my seat, like, come on, we could have our first ever Australian champion.
Yeah, I did.
In New Japan.
I did know the result going in, so it did take some of the excitement out of it for me. But it was a good match. You can't have a bad match with these guys. But how? Like, honestly, Robbie and Will have a mad chemistry. Like, you can tell they're mates. Like, they have a mad chemistry as a team, and I hope. Like, I know not long ago I was hoping that Ospreay would go up to heavy and sort of conquer the world. But now I kind of want him to just, let's see this team out for a while. Let's make it a permanent team.
Yeah, no doubt they're going to be in the junior tag league. Yes, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of Robbie, and then Robbie's on the Sunday show, but we'll get to that shortly. The main event at Kagoshima was Kota Ibushi defending the contract rights for the Tokyo Dome main event against Kenta. At the start, like, Kenta's got his new look with his blonde hair. Looks cool. I like it.
Yeah, I saw pictures. I was Kenta, like, wow, that's different.
Kenta attacks Ibushi before the match with the briefcase, then flattens this case. That actually did have the contract in there. The match went 26 minutes and 23 seconds. It took 2 Kamigoyes for Ibushi finally put Kenta away. Really liked it. A lot of criticism on Kenta in his New Japan run, but most of it's been fantastic, I think. Like, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying Kenta in New Japan. From the things I've seen. I mean, that him joining the Bullet Club, that whole angle is one of the hottest angles I've seen in years.
Oh, watching that live when Shibata running out and all that, it's like, oh my god! Like, you don't get these things a whole lot in New Japan, like huge storyline angles, but when they do them, it's great. Like the Golden Lovers when they got back together. Legitimately, I had tears when that happened. It's like, oh my god, that's
goosebumps as well. Like, they do it right. They do it right. Do you think that is going to lead to Shibata getting in the ring at the Dome?
I hope so. I don't want to get my hopes up though. So fingers crossed it happens.
Yeah.
Because that would be a huge match having Kenta and Shibata.
You got 2 nights at the Dome. You need some big matches.
As long as he's healthy
you know?
and he can do it. So, so quickly looking.
You touched on Robbie's match on Sunday. He's got a big main event coming up, right?
The 6-man tag. So Robbie's teaming up with Ibushi and Okada against the team of Bushi and Evil and Sonata. So this would just be so awesome to see him in there with Ibushi and Okada, like 2 of the absolute best in New Japan, or in the world rather. And so, yeah.
In the world, yeah. That's great. It shows the faith that New Japan have in our boy, Robbie Eagles.
He was taking the pin in this match.
He's a big star to them. Yeah. No, Bushi will take the pin.
Depends.
Bushi is the eternal pin eater. Robbie's better than that. Robbie's not a pin eater, but Robbie's a star.
So that should be really good.
That's what I'm telling myself. That's how I go to sleep.
We've got a singles match, no belts on the line, nothing like that. Just a special singles match between Hiroki Goto and Shingo Takagi. So that should be awesome as well. The big boys smashing each other.
Oof. Yeah. Just beating the shit out of each other.
Main event of Naito defending the IC title against Jay White.
Do you think there's a case for Shingo as Wrestler of the Year? Or do you think...
A lot of people say, but I think Will Ospreay is just so far ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
At least in New Japan, because I don't watch anything else.
If you had to take Will Ospreay out of the equation, though, Shingo?
I don't know. I'm sure he's got the work there, but
Okada.
I don't know. Like, maybe even Ibushi for me, but I feel like he probably doesn't have the number of matches compared to some of the others.
Yeah, because you need a good mix of number and quality, which is where Will Ospreay just blows everyone out of the water because he has more matches than anyone. He's been in more things than anyone, and he's a 4-star minimum guy.
And so many different opponents as well.
Yeah, like he takes people that shouldn't be in 4-star matches, like Lance fucking Archer, and puts them in 4-star matches and heats them up to a point where Lance Archer's on the run of his career.
Yeah. No, it's so far ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, but taking him out of it, I think Shingo may be the guy for me. I think Okada would be close as well, but I think it's Shingo for me. I find him captivating.
Yeah, they're definitely in the conversation. Yeah. I can't think back to like the first few months of the year at this point.
Too much happens, man. Too much happens in wrestling. I barely remember June.
So much wrestling.
Yeah. I have a very big recency bias.
All right. Now, are you guys
absolutely
ready to move
not?
on to
Could
the
you
quiz?
tell I was trying to stall? I knew that your points were done. And I'm like, let's talk about Wrestler of the Year. Let's talk. Do you want to talk about shirts again?
No.
Let me get the music going.
So anything else?
Okay. Right. The buzz in is you need to say buzz and then say some lyrics from a wrestler's theme song, or like
God
if the wrestler, like for example, you can have buzz. Can you dig it, sucker? Or if it's a wrestler uses a proper song, then just use a line from that. So is that clear?
Yeah. God damn. See, that's an extra layer. I hate this so much.
The buzz is the best bit.
I do. I love it. I secretly love it. All right, let's go. Let's.
Okay.
What's the theme?
Question one's pretty. Oh, the theme is so we've got like destruction in Kagoshima, and some Young Lion Cup stuff, and a King of the Ring thing as well. Since that's going on at the same time.
All right.
We're just finished. Okay. Question one: which American rock band had an album titled Destroyer? It was in the 70s.
Man. Ha. 70s
There is a
music.
wrestling connection.
The rock album.
Rock band.
I don't even know any 70s bands, I don't think. Like, I mean, I do, but, like, I don't...
This band still plays. They're very well known. They like merch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll sell you anything.
Look in my eyes, what do you see?
Oh,
okay. Shit. Okay, Greg.
Kiss.
What song? Yes, but what was that? Whose theme was that? Look in my eyes. Who do you see? Who's that?
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, correct. Kiss.
Nice.
So you don't know the album Destroyer? It's got Detroit Rock City on that one.
Well, I mean, I know the songs, but I don't know the name of their albums.
Okay.
You know?
All right. So now onto a
Coming to
Young
Australia
Lions.
in November. Looking forward to that.
Oh, wow.
I've got like a Kiss tattoo, but I've never seen them. It was one of my first tattoos.
See, it's they're one of those bands where like people wear the shirts and stuff, and it's like you don't even know their music. And I'm like I'm not the type to be like, oh yeah, I know Kiss. I've never really listened to Kiss. I know big hits, you know.
Yeah,
but it's not my thing.
No, it used to be like my number one band, but
like I can tell you like bands I love, right? Like you know, the mid 2000s pop punk and stuff like that. I don't know if I could name albums though, you know.
True. All right.
It's the old memory. The memory's going already.
you need memory for the quizzes.
Well, see, we've replaced our memory with iPhones because I can Google anything at any time.
Yeah, so we're relying on technology way too much.
It's a relaxed muscle at this point, the memory muscle.
Got to work that brain. In the year 2000, the Young Lions Cup, Masakazu Fukuda received a flying elbow smash, then collapsed and was taken to hospital and died 5 days later.
Shit.
Which future never openweight and heavyweight tag champion delivered that blow?
Bzz. You think you know me?
That's correct.
Goto?
No. Good guess though. Mysterious, you want to buzz in? You got to think of a song though.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
I know.
Or just like...
What was the question? What was the question again?
The easiest ones.
In the 2000 Young Lions Cup, a wrestler received a flying elbow smash and then died. The person that did it was a future never openweight and heavyweight tag champion in New Japan.
Okay. Bzz. If you smell what the Rock's cooking, Tanahashi?
No. You just want to go again, Greg? You don't need a buzz.
I don't need to buzz?
Nah,
okay.
Just one buzz.
Let's see. So he's held the open and the tag.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of people have had the Never belt. But...
Yeah. Ishii?
No.
No?
You're getting close though.
Man. Taichi.
No. Mysterious, do you want to jump in?
Shibata?
Yes.
There you go.
So you're on one each, aren't you? Okay, you got to keep track of your scores because I don't have pen and paper.
All right. One each.
What do we win?
One each.
What do we win? We never discussed this. Is there a prize?
Bragging rights.
Bragging rights. Of course.
Bragging rights.
Oh, the old bragging rights.
Yes.
You mean the DVD of WWE's pay-per-view bragging rights?
Oh, no.
No.
Definitely not that.
Who would want it?
Right. Now on to some stuff about Kagoshima. Which Australian state capital city is the sister city of Kagoshima?
What the fuck?
It's not like there's that many to choose from.
So it's an Australian capital city.
Yeah, Australian state capital.
And
so
it's
not a territory, but a state capital.
And it's the sister city.
Yes, of Kagoshima.
Sister Cities, that's an album by the Wonder Years. I know that. All right. I'm going to think of a song. Bzz. Brabador. I don't even know what that word is at the beginning. Brappldo?
Is it a word?
Is it bravado? Is that bravado? I don't. What is it?
I didn't realize there was a word at the start of John Cena's song. No, you can't do that. That doesn't count.
You can't do the John Cena theme. So fucking hell. All right.
No.
That's a
I think Attitude Era. It's pretty easy to get like.
Bzz. Oh, you didn't know? You're asking
okay.
to call somebody. Does that count?
Yes, that counts.
I've forgotten the question. I'm just gonna say Brisbane.
No. Mysterious?
So I'm just trying to piece it together, honestly.
They're so random. Basically, we want to know what Australian state capital is the sister city of Kagoshima. I don't even know what that means.
No, neither do I.
You don't know what a sister city like. It's a place that has like a similar sort of layout or environment.
Okay.
Right, because sisters
And-
have similar layouts.
Yes.
I have no idea what that means. I reckon you might live there, Mr. Mysterious.
You Buzz?
Now I'm thinking of a song. Like, damn it, Ben. Oh, God. Bzzz. I'm just a sexy boy, sexy boy. I'm gonna go with
amazing.
just Canberra. I don't know.
No, that's not a
That's
state.
territory!
State.
Other state,
I narrowed it down by saying state capital. Have another go.
state
Say another
capital.
Just pick one. That's what I did.
I don't know. WA. I don't know.
What's the city in WA then?
Perth.
Yes, correct.
Hey, see,
For
I told
Christ's
you, you
sake.
live in it. I called it.
You're up 2-1.
Okay.
God damn it.
I don't feel like
I
I'm
got
up.
it before him, but I'd already buzzed. I don't know how you didn't. I don't know how. I said, I think you may live there.
did.
Why didn't you just say it? Why? What took you so long?
Because Sister City, like, I've never heard that expression before. Like, how are we, like, next door? But,
Kagoshima is like a
you
port
brush
city.
their hair, okay? You help them get ready. You, depending, which city's older?
Older?
Yeah,
you'd imagine the Eastern
Japan's-
States
Stuff in
older.
Japan's pretty old.
right. So in that case, they buy you alcohol before you're 18. You know,
Oh, no.
it's your sister city. You know,
Yes.
they teach you everything you know about condoms and all that stuff. I assume.
Yeah.
I've never-
I don't know.
I've never been a
What's this
sister,
Yeah.
but you know.
Question 4. This one might be the hardest one.
Oh god.
Kagoshima.
Okay.
Kagoshima has an annual tournament where they place 2 of what species on a stick and have them fight to the death in a tournament.
Whoa.
And there's
Placed
videos
on the
of this,
stick.
and the video is fucking gross. Like, I watched this and I sort of jumped back and went, ah, don't touch it.
Yeah.
I'll send you the
An
video after.
animal species.
Yes. They put 2 of them on
Well,
a
I
stick.
know they love
They have like the
cats
whole-
in Japan, so I'm going to say it's not cats. Sorry, describe it. They put them on a stick.
Okay. Bzzz, glorious. I'm just gonna keep it to that bit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like a creepy crawly or a reptile. Am I getting close, Ben?
Hey, come on.
Possibly.
You can't do that
Possibly.
after you've buzzed. You buzz, you give your
Oh,
answer.
All right. I'm gonna say spider.
Correct.
No,
Oh,
see,
yeah.
I'm calling horseplay on this.
Horseplay.
There is,
There's very specific spiders, and that. Oh, yes. I'll send you a video.
I'm just
Messed
thinking like what kind of like
Collusion!
disgusting collusion.
All right. So you've locked
Jacuz.
it up with 3-1, but for the sake of it, the last question is one that you can go back and forward on.
we get double
So you
points
don't
on this
need-
one. Let's get double points.
No.
Then we'll have a
So-
tiebreaker, Greg. Think this through.
There have been a total of 20 different King of the Ring winners. If you're going back before like the original pay-per-view one.
Right.
I want you to go 1 for 1 until one of you can't name one.
Okay. Bzz.
Okay. Do we
Yeah,
need a buzz for these or?
do a song just for the first
I
go?
need a
Yeah.
lyric.
Just
Okay.
mind doing it.
Bzz. Super kick party.
All
That's a
right.
lyric, right? That counts. Cool.
Yep.
Well, so Steve Austin.
Yes, in 1996.
Okay.
Mysterious Buzz, do a song, and then you can both go 1 for 1.
Bzz, professional wrestling only has more than one royal family.
That's not a lyric.
Angle.
That's like the opening salvo.
Just opening
That's
salvo.
alright.
I call that a part of the song.
Good angle. Okay, that was in the year 2000.
Yes.
Look, if that's part of the song, but Barapado is not, I just I don't understand the rules to these games.
All right, you got a name for us?
I
Greg?
do. Edge.
Yes, in 2001.
was one of my favorite
Okay,
King of the Ring winners.
Harley Race.
Yes, 1986.
Holy shit! How'd you know that? This is way before
Do you
my
remember?
time.
Don't you remember Harley Race?
Yeah,
When he was king?
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Well then, Booker, of course, King Booker.
Yes, 2006.
William Regal.
Yes, he was, wasn't he?
Which year was him? 2008.
Yeah, he was King of the Ring at one point. Baron Corbin. Can I say Baron Corbin?
Yes.
Ah, easy one. Spoilers.
We can
for
say
later.
that now.
Spoilers for later in the podcast. Baron Corbin, King of the Ring. Who was the last one?
King Mabel. Like, no, not for the last one, but as a king, sorry.
Yes, back in 95.
Yeah.
It was Barrett last time, right? King Barrett?
Yes.
Barrett was what? Barrett was one, yeah.
2015.
Right. Because I was like, was it Sandow? But no, Sandow had the Money in the Bank that they fucked.
That's a name I haven't heard for a long time.
Mizdow, sorry.
Okay. Jerry the King Lawler.
No.
No,
He never had one, did he?
No, really?
No, you're out.
All right.
Really? I could have sworn. Okay.
So if I can name one more, I win.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There is, of course, one wrestler that won it twice, and nobody said him yet.
Someone won it twice?
Sure did.
Who won it twice?
You don't have to say him. You can say one of the other ones still.
Okay,
Owen Hart
yeah.
was King of the Ring.
Yes, that was 94. So, well done for bringing it back to 3-2. Congratulations, Mysterious. Some of the other names
Triple
here,
H
of course,
was the one I
Randy-
had in my back pocket as well. He won it
Yes.
too at some point. Yeah.
Triple H, Ted DiBiase, Randy Savage, Bret Hart won it twice. King Shamrock,
right.
the one
of course.
Billy Gunn, Brock Lesnar, and Sheamus.
The one Billy
That's
Gunn.
right, Brock
Oh,
did
man.
win.
The one. Did Brock was King of the Ring?
2002.
Once, yeah, 2002.
2002.
He had
Here
a-
comes
his
the
debut
pain,
year.
baby.
Yeah.
It come down to him and Rob Van Dam, didn't it? Just from memory, I think.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Bret Hart won it. I should have known that.
It was his first one. That's the first one that was like a pay-per-view in 1991.
Yeah. That's crazy. That was
Wow.
fun. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed more of that.
Yeah.
We got more accustomed to it, Ben, so thank you
Less
for that.
Sister Cities.
Yeah, please, less Sister
Because
Cities.
Let
that
me
was painful listening to Mr. Mysterious figure that out.
I've got to figure out some more fun buzz-ins. That's the best bit of it.
Oh, the buzzing blew my
Okay.
head in. Like, I was well out of lyrics. Wrestling themes,
It's
like,
like-
I listen
Don't
to them
trip like a
sometimes at
woman.
the gym.
Don't
But
trip like a man. Come on, you got to think back to this on or
what
what's
does
it?
the
DX?
lyrics, though?
DX and all that
like just,
jazz?
I guess it is kind
Well,
of.
it's a big show.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a
How many
lot.
Rob Zombie songs
But it's
does Edge have?
Never gonna stop. No, never gonna stop. But
American Badass.
it's just one of those things.
Rolling.
It's just one of
Rolling.
those things, man. Like, when you're on the spot,
Yeah.
you're like, what's a fucking wrestling theme song? Because I'm thinking of which fucking major cities in Australia might be somehow related to a Japanese city. Like, that makes any fucking sense. Anyway,
No.
thanks so much, Quizmaster Ben. Appreciate it as always. Now we're going to listen to a word from our sponsors. We're going to come back. We're going to talk a big week in WWE, AEW, Impact, Progress, NWA, and also California law. We've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, basically. Depression. We're going to talk about depression, Mysterious.
I've got to brace myself. All right, after
It's going
this.
to be somber.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B Plus podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month, up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Graps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today. Hey everyone, just want to take a second to tell you about one of our new sponsors, OUTBREAK NUTRITION. OUTBREAK NUTRITION are creating supplements for survival, sharper minds, quicker reflexes, all the energy you need to take your performance to the next level, whether that be on the field, in the gym, on the gaming field. That's right, they have specifically designed gaming supplements as well to help you focus on those late night sessions. They even sell coffee, you guys, at OUTBREAK NUTRITION. You can get coffee pods, you can get coffee beans, you can get supplements for the bedroom as well if you want to enhance your performance there. These are performance enhancing supplements for every aspect of your life, specifically designed by gamers, for gamers, to stay fit and healthy in the gym, to stay sharp and focused on the game, and to dominate in all areas of life. So check out OUTBREAKNutrition.com, and for being a listener of our podcast, they will give you 10% off your order when you enter the code B+. That is BPLUS at checkout. So make sure, if you want to stay on top of your game, if you want to take your performance to the next level, OUTBREAKNutrition.com, enter the code B+ at checkout. And we're back, part 2. The flagship show. We're going to get into all the rest of the wrestling news around the world. Those quizzes, man, my brain hurts, and now I got to try to talk about wrestling.
We got to sift through the week. So now we've crashed, and now we're just slowly working our way through the fields.
Man, it's been a huge, huge week. I feel like we start with WWE, right? Like this is going to be a very WWE heavy, I think.
This is going to ground us, yes.
Yeah. Clash of Champions. Did you watch? Did you catch highlights? Did you read results? How did you consume Clash of Champions?
All of the above. Read results, watched highlights. I did watch a couple matches, just the ones that really
stood out.
Kind of intrigued me.
Yeah, not the women's tag team
really
match that was interrupted by a fucking 24/7 segment.
Yeah, if she won it, maybe they would have, because I don't think we've actually had someone win the 24/7 belt during one of their own matches.
That would have been
and
great.
Then still wrestle. It would have been lovely.
Great. And then imagine, and then she loses the match, and then so she's lost the title. I don't know. It would have been cool.
Yeah.
That pissed me off. I was partly watching live while I was doing other things with the kids, and it was around then that I was like, man, this is trash. That upset me. Like, interrupting the women's tag match. Like, this is what Vince thinks of women. This is what Vince thinks of tag teams. It's just, it's hard to stay positive.
Yeah, you can tell that just because of the only title changes from Clash of Champions were the tag team championships and
the tag team titles.
Yeah, and the winners. So you had the true force of a tag team known as Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. They won Rudolph. They won the Raw tag team titles, and the Revival.
We are in the Burr months. I don't know if you know this. We're in the Burr months.
Oh, okay. That explains some.
Happy Burr. In the Philippines, Christmas season starts in September.
Yeah, yes. Okay. Yeah. And then the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Revival, I'm pretty sure they're Raw guys, but nevertheless.
Who knows? We have a new draft coming up, so we'll fix that.
We'll fix
that in post,
it all.
guys.
We'll fix it all. But they became the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and also by doing that, they're one of a select group that have won the NXT, Raw, and SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So, if nothing else,
good for them. I guess that's a feather. Yeah, it's a feather in the cap. I love the Revival. They deserve so much better. Did they re-signed? Didn't they?
No, they haven't.
Okay, good. Please don't. No matter what Vince throws, just don't.
It's Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They've re-signed, but the Revival has still weighing their options.
Yeah, so the club are sticking around with their buddy AJ. Yeah. Do we know Luke Harper's contract status? Because he came back at Clash of Champions, surprising everyone.
Yes.
Complaining about not having a shirt. So he still obviously has issues with the company.
He does. Whether this is like part shoot, part work with how he's returned, I don't know. Like, it feels like it's all legitimate. Well, whatever his status is, like, you would think, because they probably added time on for injury. So Yeah, it's going to be a while.
So they're extending his contract.
They're extending contract.
But I hope he gets out as well. I want to see him out of the asylum, to borrow the phrase from Mox.
Mhm. But in terms of what was your favorite match on the card?
My favorite match from Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the closing angle.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the closing angle. That's the only thing that really, really piqued my interest. Like I went back and watched the main event just for that. Just for that closing angle. But then you got. I mean, I guess Eric Rowan and Roman Reigns, from the bits I've seen, was all right. Using the camera jib was pretty awesome. Did you see that video that they released on social media of the shot from the actual camera that hit Roman Reigns in the stomach?
Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
Cage side seats have the best headlines. I love their headlines always. Their headlines are so sarcastic and like I can't think of any other examples at the moment because, like I said, Ben Tokyo's quizzes there sort of do my head in. My brain's not working, but they always have hilarious headlines. And the headline for this, when they shared the video that was put up from the camera jib, was like, "Have you ever wondered what it's like to run headfirst into Roman Reigns' stomach? Now you know." It was brilliant. I'm like, I have never wondered that. But if your intention is for me to click this article,
You've done
congratulations, good sir, you have done that. Like, I've never wondered that, but now that you put it out there, I kind of want to know.
I will say with my favorite, I will say with my favorite matches. So it sucks because it was on the pre-show, but I really enjoyed the triple threat for the Cruiserweight Championship. Kind of like a
of course. I mean, it goes without saying they didn't get much time either. But the other pre-show match, AJ Styles and Cedric Alexander, they shoved like a 10-minute match into 5 minutes. Like they went balls to the wall.
They went every which way for that, which I'm really surprised with. Which made me very confused about Cedric's future.
He's getting buried.
And then we have...
I don't like him. He's getting buried.
And then you have the ending result, of course. So the ending angle is obviously the most memorable bit of this entire thing. Not the classic between Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston. The rest holds.
Yeah, the snooze.
The rest holds. Oh my.
Kofi Kingston. Okay, love him.
Mm-hmm.
Great build. It's over. Get the title off him. He's held it too long, which I guess when we talk about SmackDown, there looks like that's happening. It's over for Kofi.
We'll be talking about that soon, but he's one of the more longer reigning champions of the modern era. So he's I think he's a couple days away from beating Jinder Mahal. So I think he's getting to that point, and then next contender.
But it's time. It's time to move on. It's probably been time to move on for a while. He hasn't had a great reign.
No.
WWE don't know how to do babyface championship reigns.
No, and it's trying. Like thinking of the
They're
right.
never good.
No, just trying to think of the right
When
contender.
was the last good babyface champion of any title? Not just the main titles. Any title.
I'd argue Daniel Bryan, like more recently.
He hasn't had good reigns.
He hasn't had good reigns. No.
No. The build's good. John Cena with the US title.
Yes.
That's probably the
open
last
challenge.
good...
Yeah, but if we're talking world titles, a bit more murky.
It's WWE. Just in general, WWE don't know how to book baby faces. Like, I don't want to cheer any of their baby faces. You know.
You don't like Seth Rollins making imitations of Brock Lesnar and just saying that everyone's...
I don't find any of their baby faces likable. No. But tell us what the closing angle was. Sorry.
That's okay.
We got carried away there on that classic match. Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston.
So after losing the Raw Tag Team Championships earlier in the night, you had Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman face off.
How could they possibly coexist when they have to face later?
Exactly. And we had Seth Rollins retain the Universal Championship after 4 curb stomps and a pedigree. Surprising he'd use that one on a Clash of Champions.
Busted that out in a while.
Yeah, exactly. It was a nice little twist there. And he retained. He's going up the ramp to celebrate the victory when all of a sudden the screeching and the lights go out and the Fiend appears. And just...
Genuinely terrifying.
Genuinely terrifying. Sister Abigail appears back, mandible claw, and he's just screaming at Braun, screaming at Seth. There's no one quite like the Fiend in any genre of wrestling.
And I'm still just waiting for them to fuck it.
I'm
genuinely hopeful that they don't. They're doing really well so far. Really well.
They are ramping things up now. And I'm trying to not be negative about this because I'm actually really enjoying it. And
look, it's about time because we've been saying for like 5 years that Bray Wyatt's ready. How long ago was his match with John Cena that he should have won at WrestleMania?
Oh my god!
It was like right after John Cena beat Rusev when Rusev should have beat him. He beat Bray Wyatt and Bray Wyatt should have beaten him.
It's like 2014, 2015, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so 4 or 5 years people have been saying Bray Wyatt's the best thing. Bray Wyatt's the guy. Bray Wyatt can do this. It's about fucking time he actually got this high of a spot, and it sucks that he had to reinvent his character a million times before they got to it, you know?
Yeah.
But the Fiend is an amazing character, so hopefully this sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Vince allegedly has a 4-week attention span, according to Meltzer.
That would make sense. Just and to be fair, like what he's in his mid to late 70s now, like just after doing this grind out for nearly 40, 50 years, your attention's yeah.
I think Bray's found the secret, though. Bray's found the secret because, you know, you as a wrestler going out there, I feel like you want the crowd. You want to get over with the crowd.
Yeah.
But Vince actually seems to have punished people who get over with the crowd without his permission. Look at Rusev, look at Bray Wyatt, there's a lot of people that have come along and gotten over, and Vince hasn't gone with it. He went with Kofi to the shock and awe of everyone.
Yeah.
Right? The organic moments. Look at Daniel Bryan. Like Vince doesn't. It's hard for Vince to get on board when the crowd decides something that he hasn't already decided.
I say organic with Daniel Bryan, but that came from the whole CM Punk calamity, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's found the secret. Okay, yeah. But the thing is, Vince doesn't let people get over organically and then push them as a reward. He seems to punish people that get over organically, right? And Bray Wyatt's fell victim to this a few times. And I feel like Vince doesn't understand Bray Wyatt's creepy, cryptic, prophetic kind of character. I don't think that's really Vince's style.
No.
Right? I feel like it's something Paul Heyman would look at and go, oh, yeah, I love what he's doing. But, Vince, not going to get it. So he found the secret. What I do is I dress up that stuff as this zany kids show host. Yay!
And
let's dance.
And you add the boss in it as well.
Do the Muscle Man dance. Do the Muscle Man dance with the Vince puppet. And Vince will be like, this is good shit. That's good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he found the secret. It took him a long time, but he found the secret. And I think he's onto a winner. I think we may see an extended main event push, but theoretically he's a heel, right?
In theory, but just because the crowd...
everyone fucking loves it.
Yeah.
WWE don't know how to do faces, and they don't know how to do heels because they don't know how to do faces. It's hilarious to me, but I love the Fiend. It's the best thing happening in WWE at the moment. End rant.
And yeah. Well, that and the 24/7 hilariousness every now and then, which...
Not when it's interrupting women's tag matches.
Not when it's interrupting, but there was an interesting development in that area this week.
But that's the thing. That's the thing that's going to set AEW apart come wartime is, well, NXT do it as well, pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
But just respecting the fucking match.
Yeah.
If there is a match happening, I don't care if there's comedy shenanigans happening in the match, within the confines of the match, that all makes sense. But having this entire parade of people chasing a 24/7 champion come out and run through the fucking match, what the fuck are you doing? What is that saying about the people that are in the ring?
Do you remember when...
What is that saying about them?
Do you remember when
Disgusting.
Pokemon Go came out, it was first released, and you had R-Truth interrupt a match because he was on his phone and he didn't realize that
he was trying to catch a Pokemon.
He didn't realize that he was walking the rest of the ring. Kind of like that. Just, yeah. Those kind of segments.
I'm okay with it happening around the ring.
Yeah.
I guess. No, you know what? Not really. Not really. Just let us watch the match, you know?
The match is sacred.
The match is important. Yeah, exactly. Imperium. We'll get to them as well. Let's move on though. Raw and SmackDown, I guess the big developments. You touched on it there. the 24/7 title before Raw.
So they were in Knox County, Tennessee for this week's.
Oh, gee, I wonder what's going to happen.
Uh-huh. And R-Truth got a tour of the local football stadium and by the mayor of Knox County. Who could that be?
One libertarian man by the name of Glenn Jacobs.
Exactly. And he ordained a policeman to be a referee. Just because
That wasn't a real policeman.
No.
It was a referee.
It was a referee the entire time. In the confines of the
Twist.
story.
Twist.
And the one thing I can say from this story with Kane, I still got it as he's just running away. One of the new 24/7 champions, one of the few who's won a world title and the 24/7 title, which it has history now.
Who could have possibly seen it coming? Who could have ever predicted that? Everyone!
It was fun, though.
But then he had an interaction with the Fiend, right?
He did. And so we ended Raw. So we had quite a 3 or 4 Firefly Funhouse segments, like with Bray Wyatt as well. And then Kane comes
taking over the show.
So the mayor comes out in his big demon attire, cleans out the tag team division of Raw, and just when you think it's like a hometown,
which again, thanks for showing us what you think of tag teams.
Exactly. Oh, the Braun Strowman bit as well, if we're talking about that.
Yeah, this guy's the mayor. He's the fucking mayor, but he's voting on policy. I don't know what a fucking mayor does, but he's not. Anyway.
But yeah, so you think the moment's going to be like, oh, Kane stands tall to end the Knox County episode of Raw, and then the Fiend just materializes and just mandible claw to Kane, another legend, down at the hands of the Fiend.
Thank the wrestling gods.
Uh-huh.
Thank them. On your knees. Praise them. Because, you don't want the mayor closing out the fucking show. I'm sorry. I love Kane and I love Glenn Jacobs and I'm a huge fan. But and having the Fiend destroy him was the right move. SmackDown, though, interesting on SmackDown. I talk about, WWE not knowing how to book faces. So Kevin Owens, right? The rebellious Kevin Owens. He's he's rebellious, but he'll do the Shane McMahon refereeing and be kind of apologetic when it doesn't go the way Shane wants, because he really needs this job, because he's, despite being rebellious and wanting to connect with people because we hate our bosses, right? The thing that worked for Stone Cold. He's just a poor working man. No, he's not. He's got a 6-figure fucking contract.
They're trying to mix Heath Slater and Stone Cold into one vessel, and it doesn't work.
And now he's gonna sue Shane McMahon, because that's what I want in my wrestling. That's what I want. When I tune into a wrestling show, what I really, really want is to watch Suits.
Uh-huh. And can I say, I studied contract law in university. The part where Kevin Owens said, if I win my lawsuit, you get fired, just...
no judge is ever going to hold this up in a court of law.
And I love, you have the moment...
It's basically an MLW contract.
Oh, low blow, sir. But yeah, I love how Shane McMahon, he'd only seen the contract for about 20 seconds, and he's just like, you don't have much of a strong case here. And he's just like... Oh my god.
It's ridiculous. I don't want the law interrupting my wrestling. I don't even like it when the cops come and arrest people. That's part of wrestling. I'm like, is this not a safe zone that these people are in? I mean, why are you arresting this guy? Or why is this guy allowed to have a lawsuit? But why was there never a lawsuit filed against Gene Snitsky for punting a baby?
It wasn't his fault, Greg.
I'm just saying, this doesn't make sense. It's so ridiculously stupid, and I'm not going to cheer for the guy who's like, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to sue you. What is this? What is this?
It's SmackDown under the veil of, I can't even say Eric Bischoff, because he's really the middleman for Fox. I don't know who's running SmackDown at this point.
I'm assuming a former head writer from Law and Order. He's like, I know what we can do. Dun dun. Fuck me. He's gonna sue Shane McMahon for $25 million. $25 million? That's pocket change to Shane McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to hurt him? Like, that's not
Add an extra
You
zero
want
to
hurt
that.
him? This is wrestling. No, don't add another zero. You want to sue him? This is wrestling. Sue him for custody of his children.
Oh my god.
Right, let's just go all out. We've got a cuckolding story taking place on Raw. Why don't you just be like, I'm going to make your kids call me daddy, and I'm going to get a contract that ensures it. Again, not a contract that any judge in his right mind would hold up, but this is wrestling, right? If you're going to be ridiculous, embrace the ridiculous. If you're going to be serious, be serious. But this is just fucking, you're going to sue Shane I'm so tapped out on this. I'm sorry. I love Kevin Owens so much.
Like, if this amounts to...
And he's there for a long time.
Yeah.
And it makes me so sad.
If the end result, we can see that they're going to have a break from Shane. We just have to persevere, I suppose. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel because we got the Fox shows coming up soon. But yeah. So moving on from the Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon calamity, we have some light at the end of the tunnel with the Fox shows moving forward, don't we?
I guess you could call it that. So Brock Lesnar came back.
And just immediately you could tell, like, Kofi's reign is done.
Yeah. So Brock comes back and he and Paul Heyman, and they lay out the challenge for Kofi Kingston for the first ever, I assume main event on Fox.
Yeah.
Right? SmackDown. When SmackDown goes to Fox, they're going to have this title match. You got to think it's the end for Kofi. You got to think that Brock Lesnar's the guy moving forward, which is weird to say because we've railed on so much. But you got to admit, when he shows up, it feels big.
And like, I'm not fussed about him wrestling all the time, but even it could just be like he makes an appearance on Fox moving forward. You can imagine, like, with the Fox money, they want to try and get him on TV as much as possible. Like, I remember earlier this year. So it's $100,000 for him to make an appearance. It's $500,000 for him to have a match.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this is going to be his first match on TV in 15 years.
On Raw, SmackDown, whatever, like on a WWE TV over 15 years. That's insane. You think it would have happened?
Impressive.
It's impressive. You think it would have happened sooner, like since he came back in 2012. Like, but it's just been segments and stare downs and him jumping up and down while Paul Heyman's talking, but 15 years. It's
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's probably. Do you have a fluff piece?
Do I have a fluff piece
for the end of the show?
I not off the top of my head. No.
All right. Well, my fluff piece is going to tie into this, so I won't say it now. I'll save it for the end of the show because it's a little article that I found that I was like, that's quite thought provoking. I want to hear what people think about it, but we'll move on. There's other things happening in WWE with the 205 Live guys getting pushes, and I talked about Vince's 4-week attention span that Meltzer brought up because there were reports that Cedric Alexander was going to get a big push, Mustafa Ali as well. Turns out maybe not. Cedric Alexander is apparently getting buried. He wants to be buried. I don't know. If you want to bury the guy, you just don't put him on TV, but so I don't know if he's getting buried necessarily, but that's the reports because Vince has a short attention span. And he'll give you 4 weeks to get over, and if that's not working, then he gives up on you, which that's pretty rough.
It sounds a bit bizarre because I could have.
Where was this 4 weeks attention span when Roman Reigns was at the top?
He was just focusing on his physique that entire time and these wet hair, Greg. That clearly that's what kept his attention for longer than 4 weeks.
Shit.
That's good shit. But it confused me because I thought Cedric and Mustafa, like, they were the ones like Paul Heyman was keen on, and then like Vince has probably like peeked his head in, just saying like, "What are you doing with these guys?"
yeah, it's oh man. Can we talk about NXT and USA because that happened today?
I feel like we can. Just by the time this comes out, we'll have a couple of times to digest. But NXT had their first official episode on the USA Network live. Well, first hour and then on WWE Network, but still.
Yeah, so we're recording this Thursday night. It happened this morning.
Yeah.
They had some issues with the network side of things.
Everyone tried to log in at the same time. It crashed briefly. Yeah.
Yeah. But really good first show.
Amazingly
Really good. It was still NXT.
I was worried about that, and they kept the theme.
Everyone was.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone was, but they managed to make it work. I was really surprised.
And Vince wasn't there.
No.
Vince was watching from home and apparently texting Triple H throughout the show. This is the first time Vince has actually watched an entire NXT show, allegedly. According to reports. Like, Vince hasn't had time to watch NXT, which makes sense. He's a very busy man. And so this is the first time, and so he was texting Triple H and being like, oh, I really like that, I really like this. And he's appreciative of the differences between NXT and the main roster. Well, NXT is main roster now. It's on network television. So
yes.
But apparently he's appreciative of those differences.
And hopefully moving forward, like, who knows, maybe the fact that he's actually seen an NXT show now, he can maybe, I don't know, like, you would think that he kind of understands, like, Raw and SmackDown a bit more. I don't know. This is just wishful thinking on my part. But yeah,
maybe the whole idea was Vince won't watch the blood and guts stuff. And so if we can get him to watch this on Wednesday nights and convince him he needs to go to war with NXT, and maybe it'll improve his product, because there's no question that when he was dealing with competition, he was at his best.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know. But this show was really, really good. We opened the show. I thought was really nice. The first ever match on a live NXT USA was Candice LeRae defeating Mia Yim, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair. Like, Io Shirai was the first person to come out, a Japanese woman, the first person to come out on a live NXT show to a USA audience, which I thought was amazing. Candice LeRae going on to be the number one contender for the Women's Championship. Big fan of Candice LeRae. I've talked about it before. Happy she's finally getting a push outside of Johnny.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't see her winning the title, but at the very least, like, just to get some more eyes on her, especially on the debut episode, like, it can only mean good things.
Yeah, well, and so they've announced that the Women's Championship match is going to take place in 2 weeks. You know what else takes place in 2 weeks?
Some Dynamite,
the debut.
Perhaps. Some Dynamite,
yes, the debut of AEW Dynamite. So we'll get to that. But it's interesting that is because, like, a lot of people have been predicting, they're going to do an NXT reunion. You're going to see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns on NXT on that first week. But the first thing we hear about that first week where they're actually in competition is Women's Championship, probably in the main event, right? It feels like it's still NXT. I'm so optimistic about this. So optimistic at this point in time. We're going to have to wait to see what ratings and stuff will like, but I'm so optimistic because this whole show still felt like NXT. After Candice LeRae won the number one contendership, we had a video for Dominik Dijakovic, which is still very hard to say. Dijakovic?
Dijakovic.
Yeah. And we see the hype package for Matt Riddle and Killian Dane, which is happening on the network. Cameron Grimes beat Sean Maluda, the perennial jobber to the stars, in 6 seconds.
He's done messing around.
Yeah. Love me some Cameron Grimes, who people may remember, of course, as Trevor Lee.
Impact Wrestling.
Which name's better?
I reckon Cameron Grimes. I'm growing. I'm growing fond of
Trevor Lee. Cameron Grimes is growing on me, I guess. But yeah, I still like Trevor Lee. His get-up's weird.
Yeah.
He's got a weird get-up.
Like Mad
but
Hatter
I like Cameron
5,
Grimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit like Juice.
Yeah, it is, but a little bit more grungy.
I'm gonna have to look at them side by side because there is it's like a muted Juice Robinson.
Oh dear! And then we had.
I'm looking at pictures of them side by side.
Yeah,
just so
I'm looking at him as well, but I'm just picturing Juice, but with the more bright colors. So yeah, I think you might be onto something.
It's like goth. It's like goth Juice. Juice Gothenson. There we go. We got a new name.
No.
Juice Gothenson defeats Sean Maluda in 6 seconds.
Book it, Vince.
And please don't, Vince. I know you're listening. VKM, good buddy. Just don't. Also, sorry for insulting you all the time, Steve. Anyway, Velveteen Dream, Roderick Strong. Holy shit!
Wow.
Holy shit! What a way to show off NXT, man.
Just
The women's match and this match just NXT. This is NXT.
hmm
And the prophecy has been fulfilled.
After like 9 months after guaranteeing that all 4 members of the Undisputed Era will wear gold, it finally happened last night, and what a night to pick to have them all crowned. It was amazing.
Yeah, we're solidly in the Undisputed Era. I personally would have preferred to see Velveteen Dream retain the title here.
It would have been nice, but they're going for the memorable moment that we'll think of like in a couple months' time, and yeah.
And the crowning of the Undisputed Era. And of course, there's reports that they want Adam Cole to be the face of NXT on USA, which honestly, good.
Yeah.
Good. He doesn't look, if you want to convince people that Vince has no say in what's happening on NXT, have Adam Cole be your poster boy, because Vince would never put Adam Cole on a poster.
Never. And like you can have like you've had the promos with him saying like once we have all the gold, no one will stop us, not even Triple H. Like they are teasing the boundaries of like what they can do. So just now they've got all the gold, just can't wait.
Yeah. And of course they all got involved. So it's not like it wasn't clean. You know, Dream doesn't lose anything other than the title here. He doesn't lose any of his aura. It was well done. It was well done. I really, because I think if you want to differentiate yourself from WWE as well, book strong, interesting, compelling black characters.
You can say the Velveteen Dream is exactly that.
Oh, are you kidding? Of course he is. He's Velveteen Dream is a fucking star, man. Like, this guy is money. Money. Like, you want to talk about, like, you know who the 2 faces of Wednesday night are going to be for me, in my opinion? Give it a couple of years, and the people we'll be talking about as leading the Wednesday night wars, Velveteen Dream, MJF.
Yeah. I can totally, both just right about the same age, like, both destined for greatness.
But yeah, so that's how they closed out the first hour, before they moved to the WWE Network. It's a strong first hour. Three matches, couple of videos, you know, and it gives you an idea of what NXT is. Good first hour on USA before USA then played the entire Kevin Owens Suits episode.
Yeah.
And then we switch over to the network and it crashes, but we see Pete Dunne defeating Arturo Ruas.
Of the 205 Live, and like they're kind of mixing those brands, and
they sure are. That became the story in the second hour. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. Is 205 Live going to disappear? Most of them come over to NXT. Like, I guess that's kind of cool. Does NXT really need another men's title? I don't know.
It's going to be hard, but might just be something to an extra, like a pre-show match for a takeover. Like the things for those. I don't know.
Make it open gender, you cowards.
Yeah. Anyone
under 205. Anyone. And then Candice LeRae can challenge. You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Pete Dunne picks up a win there with the finger break, which is pretty cool. And then Xia Li beats Aaliyah. Not too much to talk about there. Not too much to talk about there. And then we get the whole thing with Kushida and Denzel Dujournette. Some jobber comes out for a match with Kushida. So like this guy's gonna lose, and I guess Imperium wanted to save him the embarrassment of losing on NXT's first 2-hour episode, and so the Imperium decided to show up from all the way from NXT UK. So we're getting a picture of what the NXT roster is going to look like moving forward. We're going to see some UK guys. We're going to see some 205 guys, and that's how they're going to fill out the 2 hours.
Yeah, they're going to try and showcase the best of their NXT brands, and they're going to try and keep the 205 guys busy as well, and float everything else.
Yeah,
I can see them doing. I can see them balancing it well.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Imperium coming out and Volta sort of Volta cutting his little promo?
I love the reaction. Just like I don't see many NXT fans watching the UK brand, so just to see them confronted by Imperium, like they're a very menacing group. I just love that, just like surprise, like this is what you're missing, and they're just such a presence that I'm hoping the cross promotion does work.
Yeah. And so we get a bit of an exchange there with Volta and Kushida, because Kushida's like, this is my time, but they challenge to a match and they get into a little kerfuffle, and it looks like we're going to get a Volta versus Kushida match in the near future.
Would it be for the title?
Kushida challenging for the UK title? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, the Rev Pro UK title is always held by Japanese people.
Yeah, why not?
It's reverse colonialism. That's not a thing. Not a thing. Anyway, well, Lio Rush makes his return, and he defeats Oni Lorcan, becoming number one contender for the Cruiserweight title, which we can presume will take place on NXT on USA as well.
This came out of left field, like in a week where we had Luke Harper come back just seemingly out of nowhere. Just Lio Rush, I thought he'd be away from TV forever. And
yeah,
you felt like that he hadn't even agreed to anything, like come to terms.
What about commentary bringing it up though? Moro, Rush has more issues than a magazine. Wow.
Yeah.
What a call. Love it. But I'm glad Lio Rush is still in the mix. I'm a huge fan of Lio Rush.
Yeah, and I think at the very least, like, he's in a great spot with being on NXT and maybe the last fleeting moments of 205 Live before we send it off. And yeah, it's the best place for him.
So then we get Matt Riddle and Killian Dane's street fight ends in a no contest. This is going to continue this little feud. When they're backstage, Volta's there, and the Imperium get involved, and Street Profits get involved, Forgotten Sons get involved. Everybody's fighting. And it's just chaos, just complete chaos as we go off the air.
It was definitely a way to make it like you had the title change, you had the returns, the debuts, and then just ending with shit hitting the fan. And yeah, what a way to make it the memorable like debut show.
It was a great first 2-hour episode. I loved it. Loved every part of it. Thought it was amazing. We got a lot more to talk about, man. So we're going to have to power through some of this stuff. Something that did happen during this NXT broadcast on USA that I thought was very interesting was AEW clearly firing some shots here. Uh-huh. They ran ads for AEW on TNT during NXT on USA.
I thought this was so petty, like not petty, like
petty. It's brilliant.
No, not petty. Like that's the wrong word. Like just like so, like like just so targeted and just I thought it was a great
genius.
Yeah,
it's genius. I want to know how long until Vince puts the kibosh on it. Does he have enough sway with USA to be like, you can't run those ads? Don't do that again. Because Vince was watching from home. How much stuff got broken when that happened? Or do you think he had a good laugh to himself?
I feel like he would have messaged Triple H, like one of the messages in between.
Why is Chris Jericho on the TV? Did we get him back? Well, let's open the bubbly.
I'd laugh if he actually knew about that.
He'd have to. It was so viral. Surely. WWE even like when you buy WWE tickets, I saw this. Steve Jenkins at Going Over Wrestling posted this meme, and Chris Jericho shared it. WWE sent out an email to someone who'd bought tickets, and it was like, time to open a little bit of the bubbly because you're going to WWE at whatever.
Okay,
like they're using it. They're using it.
Yeah, WWE no, but yeah.
But does Vince know? Yeah, I guess. Anyway, so that's a good transition though. AEW, obviously the main competitor for WWE on Wednesday nights for NXT. So they're running ads during the NXT show. Brilliant marketing. But let's take a look at some AEW stuff. They're teasing JR and Tony Schiavone as the commentary team for the TNT. Like when we talk about the Road to TNT episodes, they kind of teased it a little bit that JR and Schiavone will be calling the action. I don't know if I want them as the main announcers. I like Golden Boy and I like Excalibur.
They're very complete personalities individually, but together I find it weird to think how they'd mesh well. Like the voice of WCW, the voice of WWE, and
it will be interesting because of that.
Yeah,
But I want to see JR be the pay-per-view guy and Schiavone be the TV guy. That's what I want.
I think that would work best.
I hope that we get to that. Like, if you want to have them on the first episode because it's like, look, the voice of WWE and the voice of WCW, like, that's pretty crazy that they're able to do that. But I don't know if you want it to be a long-term thing.
I think just for the first few episodes, and then they like transition that audience to just say like, "Oh, here's this guy named Golden Boy, and just here's Excalibur," and yeah.
We finally have details of the tag team tournament as well. So first round, Bucks versus Private Party. Winner will go on to face the winner of the Lucha Brothers versus Jurassic Express, and then over on the other side of the brackets, SCU, any two of SCU take on Best Friends, with the winner moving on to face Dark Order, who, of course, already won their first round match against Best Friends, who get a second chance. Because I refuse to call it a bye when they had to have a fucking match for it.
It wasn't a buy-in. And
it's not a buy.
No.
All you did was give Best Friends an extra shot.
And it looks like if like they beat SCU, like they're going to face off against the Dark Order again.
Yeah, well, they're not going to beat SCU, obviously. I think this is going to come down to the Bucks versus Dark Order.
I think the Dark Order is the one that's going to go to the finals on the right bracket. But yeah, for the other side, I think it's anyone's game there. Like, as to think who would go well with the Dark Order, I think they're going to go with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, Jurassic Express.
Yeah, maybe. But I think that they know that they have amazing matches with the Super Smash Brothers, as they were known on the Indies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can't be called that.
No.
Copyright. So, and I think that they're hoping, that match, the Bucks versus Super Smash Brothers match that people have seen before, that match will get Dark Order over.
Yeah.
I don't think it will, because the problem people have with Dark Order isn't necessarily the work, it's the character.
It's the supernatural.
We don't understand it. What is it? Hopefully they dedicate some TV time to doing that, to letting us figure that out. But when you're running up against the Fiend, which has been done so well, I think it's time to pull the plug on Dark Order. I've said this before. I'll say it again. But I feel like they're all in on Dark Order. And I think Dark Order may even beat the Young Bucks in the final here.
Yeah. And some people, it's kind of hard to say, like, they might want to make sure that the Dark Order win just so that people, like, forget the fact that they're the executive vice presidents, and just to sway people from, like, no, it doesn't matter what our titles are.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have any control over the booking. Like, I think that,
Yeah, well, I mean, they do have control of the booking.
They
but I get what you're
do.
saying. They're not going to book themselves to go over, right? No, I understand what you're saying there. So also on the road to MJF, his promo on road to TNT was like, so he interrupted the control center with Tony Schiavone, which, by the way, is that control center a studio or is that a computer generated thing? Because I can't fucking tell.
We were having a good debate about this, and like, I think it's real. Like, it's beautiful. It's vast. I choose to believe, because I would love that space to be real.
It's nice. I like it. It's good TV, but I like the control center. But I was just like, is it like, I can't tell if it's real or not, and it's like doing my head in. But MJF interrupts and just cuts an incredible promo leading into his match. He's got a match with Brandon Cutler coming up. Yeah. Spits
in the face of his assistant. Yep. Poor guy.
MJF, man. MJF's amazing. Did you see his stuff on Twitter or Instagram or whatever? So he posted a selfie of himself looking jacked.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. Because obviously, Brendan Cutler is, he's a big cosplayer. He's a big nerd. He's the 2-contract killer, right?
Yep.
2-contract cutler. That's what they're calling him. 2-contract cutler. And yeah, he's a big D&D guy. And so MJF's poking fun of him on Twitter. And he posted this image of him looking jacked and just like, I don't play D&D. Did you see who responded?
No, who responded?
Joe Manganiello.
Oh,
right?
Really? Okay.
You know Joe Manganiello? He's one of the stars of Magic Mike.
Deathstroke, yeah.
HBO's True Blood.
Yes.
He was a werewolf. and he is appropriately jacked, more than appropriately jacked. He has one of the best bodies in the world, right? He's a guy. I looked my best doing his workout routine from his Evolution book. I've never looked better than I did when I stuck to that routine for 12 weeks or whatever it was. He knows what he's talking about. And he just posted a picture of himself on the cover of Muscle and Fitness and was like, I do.
Yeah.
Because he's a big D&D guy.
D&D guy, yeah.
Big D&D guy. I love Joe Manganiello so much. Because he's a big D&D guy. He's also a wrestling fan.
He is. And to get a celebrity presence from someone like him having a online war with MJF,
I want it on TV.
I do actually. Yeah.
I want it on TV. I'm the kind of person who, when you're talking about the celebrity guest host era of WWE or whatever, awful. But when you look at Cody versus Cody's stuff with Arrow, which is Stephen Amell, right? Yeah. I can see them using Joe Manganiello and sort of I can see them playing off this and going, oh whoa, shit. Joe Manganiello's aware of MJ. Let's do this, please, because obviously it's made its way around D&D circles and stuff. I think he may have seen it when the host of Critical Role responded to it and was like, maybe you had a bad experience the first time. I did too, but if you find a good group, maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe Brandon Cutler can run a game for you after he picks you up off the mat. Right? Like that was the host of Critical Role, which I don't know how into D&D you are, but Critical Role is like the biggest YouTube series of people playing D&D, and it's fantastic. People should watch it. Episodes go for 4 hours and there are hundreds of them. So if you have time to kill, which if you're a wrestling fan, you probably don't. But if you do, there's 400 plus hours of Critical Role out there to consume. And the main host of that responded. And so I'm guessing that's probably where Joe Manganiello came across it. But he is a wrestling fan. So I think if you want to get a celebrity involvement, man, Joe Manganiello, you could do much worse than Joe Manganiello with your AEW money.
Imagine if Cody was trying to teach MJF about D&D, then clearly he would be the biggest fan. There's him just, I don't know.
I imagine Cody would have played D&D. I don't know.
I feel like he would.
It seems like something he would probably like, but I don't know the guy. I'm just basing this off the things I see online. But here's the thing: I would love to see Cody and MJF take on Stephen Amell and Joe Manganiello. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah,
I'm just putting that out there, because celebrity involvement can be wonderful if you actually do it right.
And if you think about it, Stephen Amell, he's got the Heels series coming up. That'd be a great marketing
brilliant
thing as well.
tie-in. Yeah. Brilliant tie-in, TK. I know you listen. So MJF continues to be money, continues to be a star, while Kenny continues to go crazy on being the elite.
He's unraveling.
Yeah, he's losing it. Mimicking the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
That new film. Who's playing the Joker this time?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Man, why do they pick actors that are probably going to die?
Oh, come now.
Troubled actors.
It's a troubling role.
Curse of the Joker. I don't know. Anyway, so Kenny's going crazy on being the elite. I'm curious to see where this goes, but I kind of wasn't a fan. It was too overacted for me, which this is the first time I've ever said that about Kenny. I love Kenny and I like the overacting. I love his cartoon style, but this was too much. I was just like, eh.
For the build up for John Moxley, that
feeling anything.
No, I found it entertaining just because I'm a big comic mark, but
the Road 2 shows make me feel like real things.
Yeah.
Being the elite makes me chuckle.
Yes.
Time to time. But it's not getting me invested in the matches. I think it may be time to put a pin in being the elite.
It's hard to think how they're going to keep it going and what it will turn into once the TNT show starts.
Yeah. Well, we got a new on that channel. We got a new, what are they calling it? Ordering room service or eating on the road with, or whatever they're calling it with SCU this time.
Yes.
So maybe being the elite turns into that.
Yeah, just them on the road, just kind
having
of
chats.
off script, but kind of not off script chats about what's going on in AEW right now.
Like what we do on the Aussie Graps episode, but with AEW wrestlers. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. Because being the elite, it can take on a new term now because, the elite isn't a stable. Elite wrestling, it's a promotion. Mm-hmm. They're all elite, right? So, and they have a name for their TV show, and it sounds like a C show for WWE. Dynamite.
Yeah.
Right? Velocity. Yeah. What's another one? Jacked. Remember Jacked? God.
But so not Wednesday Night Dynamite, but we can just kind of like add that in. But just the fact that they're just on the off chance they might need to change days, or
it's just AEW Dynamite.
It's just AEW Dynamite. Yeah,
I will only accept it if Excalibur introduces it every week. It's like, welcome to AEW Dynamite. Then I might get on board, maybe.
But then if we're gonna have Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone being the debut episode.
Dynamite! I just want it to be said like that, and I'll be all right. Chris Jericho will do that at one point.
Yes.
Right? Welcome to Jericho is Dynamite!
I can see that, absolutely.
Crack open a little bit of the bubbly. It's amazing. He did a whole podcast episode about a little bit of the bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
Scrambling for content. We are not, though. Let's move along. Impact. We talked about Anthem last week buying Access TV. The only real news to come out this week was that they're hoping to, like, there's been statements made about the NJPW and WoW shows. They're moving forward with them, and they're looking forward to getting to know them better. So everything's still up in the air. All of the staff are being cut, but that happens when you merge companies. You have two people in the same role. One of them is going to get made redundant. It's kind of the way the cookie crumbles. But it looks like it's all the Access people who brought wrestling to the network are all getting the chop. So that's not cool.
No, and it's as in terms of these promotions working together, I could see Impact maybe working with WoW. Like New Japan, definitely not. Definitely not.
I want them to break that barrier down. And I do want Impact to work with New Japan because it's time for New Japan to move on from the Ring of Honor Alliance, and this makes sense with them on the same network. They're network buddies. It just makes sense. If not, you attach your show to the back of it as a wrestling block on a Tuesday or a Thursday, and build your popularity off the popularity of New Japan.
It would make sense, but I just can't see them letting go, like New Japan letting go from the fact about what Impact did to Okada. Just how his run with the company or with TNA.
It was a different company.
It was a different company.
And the management need to fucking get their head out their asses and see this is a different fucking company. Entirely.
Impact, yeah. Like, there's history there, but it's a completely different beast. Like Sami Callihan, he says it all the time. Like it's been a new company for nearly 2 years now.
Yeah, it's an entirely different company, and there's just no reason. Speaking of different companies, NWA.
Yes.
Something we don't talk about a lot, but they've announced a big world title match for their TV tapings, which we don't know when it's going to air. We don't know where it's going to be, but they're doing it.
Yeah, they're doing the tapings September 30th, October 1st, and I had totally forgotten about this world title storyline. I thought they dropped it because they announced it back in I think it was January, February. So the former champion Tim Storm, one of the oldest champions they've ever had to wear the belt, Nick Aldis issued a challenge earlier in the year saying you can have one shot, but if you lose, you can never compete for the belt ever again. And he kind of just went away. And Nick Aldis went on to defend the belts all over the globe, pretty much. And just at a Championship Wrestling from Hollywood show, he comes back looking even more jacked than he usually does, which I don't know how, because the man is more muscle than, he's a high school principal, more muscle than man at this point.
Yeah.
And just that's going to be their big main event to kick off the history. And I imagine they're going to hopefully put it on YouTube if they don't find a TV partner. That's the goal anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where it's going to end up. Maybe it ends up on Access. Who knows? Maybe Access want to become the wrestling channel. That'd be great.
I would actually like that if they NWA actually worked with
Because
Access.
there's rumors about them wanting to buy Ring of Honor. That's the other thing that's come out of there. So,
Just the value from the name, but if you're talking about promotions that have value with the name, the NWA has like the lineage and the history.
That's
and
true. Yeah, but they don't have the tape library or anything to show for it. But,
No.
all it is the name, really. But speaking of names, Progress. That was a name in indie wrestling for a while. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Eddie Dennis is the new Progress champion. He took the title off Volta. They took the title off Volta to put it on Eddie Dennis. Look, I haven't watched Progress in a while, and this one hasn't come up on, like, actually been released online yet. So I'm only basing this off reports, but that's not a good look.
No, and especially like before Imperium comes out. So I was unfamiliar with this until I saw it with the notes and going through it. And if I'd known that beforehand, it probably would have dampened my excitement of Imperium.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it wasn't clean or anything. It was like a cash-in sort of situation. But
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. Like, really, Eddie Dennis? That's your guy? All right. We got the laws that we got to talk about in California. Now, I'm not a lawyer, obviously, as evidenced by Kevin Owens' thing. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but the California have passed a law, and I'm not a fan of laws either. I've said this when we talked about these laws before, right?
yeah.
I'm not a fan of laws because the only law that ever really applies is the law of unintended consequences. And when you introduce new laws and regulations, there are always unintended consequences. California's passed a new independent contractor law, and these could affect how WWE and AEW have to pay their wrestlers, but it could also affect how PWG have to pay their wrestlers.
It could affect
and
the indie
classify
scene.
their wrestlers. So, good. On a WWE and AEW level, those guys should be treated as employees because at least in WWE, they act as employees.
Yes.
So they should absolutely be treated as employees. But, when you're talking about the indies, this is a different kettle of fish.
You got like bar wrestling. You got Joey Ryan just having to pay for all of his stars to come. Like, it's how much can promotions actually put aside for the talent? And like, it's hard to picture what an indie scene would look like in California with this law.
Yeah, so I'm worried about it, but that law has passed. It's got to go through one more house. I don't know how the legislature works there, but it's got to be signed into law, but it's looking like it's going to be law. We also had some big stuff happening in New York this week. We're just getting into miscellany now. Cain Velasquez, right?
Jesus Christ.
It wasn't his debut. He had his debut in Mexico, but this was his American debut.
The American debut, yeah.
Yeah, with AAA invading New York.
Which I do want to talk about a little bit more for this week's Impact Zone, since Impact Wrestling did advertise the event and a lot of their stars were a part of this event as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. Well, in that case, we can just breeze past it by saying, holy shit, he's impressive.
Just the fact that he can do
I only saw GIFs.
Yeah, I saw the lethal injection that he did. Just the springboard is amazing.
I saw a couple of GIFs, and he's moving very confidently,
Mm-hmm.
for someone in their second match. Also in AAA news, Kenny Omega is challenging Phoenix at Heroes Immortales on October 19th for the AAA Mega Championship. So, could have AEW implications, could not, because we know that they're going to feature their own titles more than the AAA ones. But, that is still a relationship that's taking place, and Kenny Omega is heading down to Mexico to challenge Phoenix for a title.
It's hard to imagine, but if in a time where you're talking about Kenny Omega's rise or descent into madness with the Joker promo, but he's like getting back to where he was, could you see him being the Mega Champion?
No,
they've
got to extend the losing streak outside of AEW, I think, for it to make sense.
Yeah. Like, it would be nice, like, because they've had other like American wrestlers win the Mega Championship, like Jeff Jarrett and Johnny Mundo. They have done that, so it's not uncommon. But yeah, no, I agree.
Jeff Jarrett,
it was for like a day, but yeah.
Has Killer Cross held it?
No, and
He should.
He should, and he's eyeing Cain Velasquez for a future date as well. It's like he's a future opponent.
Good. It's so interesting with all the relationships that he's working at AAA but he's not working Impact at the moment because of the situation. Man, it's so confusing. Anyway, Killer Cross though has some other stuff happening.
Mm-hmm. He was at Bloodsport. He faced off against Nick Gage at that event there.
I've heard Bloodsport was very, very good, which doesn't surprise me because the other Bloodsport shows I've watched have been fantastic. I haven't watched this one yet, but GCW do brilliant things, and Bloodsport, whew, love it. I love the style. You know this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's where they do no ropes, just a canvas mat, right? And it's basically it's a worked MMA match with no ropes.
Yeah,
is the best way to describe it.
Just like no ropes, like no rules except for the MMA. Yeah,
and, tap out, knockout. Yeah,
and yeah, Killer Cross. I'm pretty sure he won that match, and afterwards he got on the mic and he called out a particular WWE superstar, former world champion,
Guardian of the Galaxy.
Guardian of the Galaxy. If you try and focus on him too much, he might turn invisible. Gears of War character. Dave Bautista, the Animal. I never knew I wanted this match.
Is this going to happen? Like, is this... I can't... The Killer Cross seems like a smart guy to me. He doesn't seem like the guy to call him out unless it's been talked about and planned.
I feel like he would... I feel like he's got this as a contingency. Like, he actually knows that...
Like, he called out Mox, right? And then he got the Mox match.
Yeah. And, like, we didn't know where... Like, it was just like a surprise out of the blue. Like, oh, shit, it's just happening. This match is happening right now.
Yeah.
I think it's true. I think it's right. And, like, we had Batista saying, like, he's had his last match in WWE. Like, he's having no more wrestling matches. But Bloodsport is a different beast.
Yeah.
Like, Batista's had, like, MMA matches before. I think that would appeal greatly to him, and I think that would be the thing to coax him out. And to have a last match with Killer Cross, man, what a send-off.
Yeah. I hope it happens. I really hope it happens because I would love to see it. And it will get eyes on Bloodsport too. Like, people will look at that.
Eyes on Bloodsport, eyes on Cross.
Eyes on Killer Cross. Yeah. Because Killer Cross is a star, man. I love that guy.
Free Killer Cross.
Yeah. Let's not get into that. We talked about that last week. You can talk about that on Impact Zone.
I'll talk about it more, yeah.
Two more things. We're going to wrap this up because we're going long at this point. Big Cass. You see the stuff that happened with Big Cass at this show in New York?
He kind of let some demons get the better of him, unfortunately, last week, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's not in a great place. He's had a bit of a blow-up at Joey Janela, threatening to kill him and stuff, and police had to escort him out of the building, and then he's having issues where he's talking negatively about himself, and they've sent him to hospital to be evaluated. He's talked very openly about his depression, so he did the whole thing with DDPY and stuff, and it looked like he was in a good place and getting better. It always sucks, but that's the thing with mental health, man, is it's up and down. It's an everyday battle. It never really goes away. I just hope that he doesn't hurt himself. He doesn't hurt anyone, and that he's able to beat this thing and get better, get on the road to recovery.
And fair play to the event as well, like WrestlePro. Like, they actually said that once he's sorted himself out, they're going to open his doors. Like, he's more than welcome to come back. So there's no.
And Joey Janela handled it like a pro too. Like, he was just like it was bizarre, but this is it's fine. He had his gear stolen though in Philadelphia. Did you see that?
I did actually. Like,
Instagram video, someone smashed his car window in.
It's just one of those things you don't think about, especially to someone like Janela.
Yeah, poor Joey. But I guess the last thing I want to talk about, and I touched on it earlier when Brock Lesnar. We were talking about Brock Lesnar, having not had a TV match.
Yes.
In 15 years. And I found this article. There was this, during a recent interview with Sports Bible, Volta said that he thinks right now there's no smarter professional wrestlers than Brock Lesnar at the moment. I'm aware of the negative reactions he gets by fans, but if I ever end up in that position in my career, I would be very thankful. Yeah. You can't argue with it, right? Like, Brock Lesnar. So I want to ask the listeners, email us at the B Plus unchained.media or hit us up on social media, which we'll give in just a moment. Is Brock Lesnar the smartest man in professional wrestling? I don't think you can make a case against it. How much money does he make, did you say?
Like, the figures have probably like doubled or tripled since the last time I heard it, but it was $100,000 for an appearance
So when he comes out with Paul Heyman and just stands there jogging side to side, that's $100,000 for 5 minutes of not even work.
Not even work, and $500,000 for a match.
He just stands there and smirks.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. I think you gotta give it to him, right? Get your money, Brock. Get your money. And if you want to give us money, do so at patreon.com/theb+. We would appreciate it. We'll give you some stuff too, ad-free shows, call-in. We haven't had a call-in show in a while, but we'll get back to the call-in shows and stuff. We're rebuilding, and it's one of those things. But patreon.com, you can help us rebuild if you believe in what we do here, if you like what we do here. Basically, you're sponsoring us for all the amazing free content that we create. So if you're into that, then that's what you can do. If people just want to engage in some conversation with you, Mr. Mysterious, where can they do it?
You can find me on all the socials at Mr. Mysterious at 197i, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Grapple. Hit me up. Let me know what you thought about this week in the wrestling world, this ever-changing, ever-constant wrestling world. How about yourself, Greg?
I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter and Stationhead at the Greg Unchained on Instagram. We collectively are the B Plus Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling won't fit. The B Plus Wrestling everywhere else. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star review if you like what we do. And thank you so much for listening.
Dynamite!